What's up, everybody? What's up, MGTOW? So today I wanted to talk real quick about some of the failing indicators. And these indicators range all across society. I've just been hearing people talk a lot about traditional indicators failing. And for instance, you can see some in the economy where, for instance, like in cryptocurrencies, in traditional markets, whenever, the major public or whatever you want to call it, people that really didn't know much about the product, except for the fact that if they bought some of it, that it would make money number go up, that was typically the time to sell. But in cryptocurrencies, those indicators aren't really as clear because of the way that the fundamentals of cryptocurrencies work. The rises and falls and the volatility of it is kind of baked into it, and it's not so much a quick sell or a quick buy. And yeah, some people are doing that, but in general, it's not working that way. And the indicator, seeing people rush into it, doesn't automatically mean that it's time to sell it all. Then also we can see things like with the major corporations. I mean, traditionally, if a major corporation or company came out and publicly made a statement telling their major consumer base to go F themselves, that was typically time to sell the stock in the company. But nowadays we can see, like with the example of Nike, it's time to buy stock when they tell their consumer base to F off, which is just an interesting, again, indicator that you would have usually used, and now you can't use that indicator to know whether it's time to buy or sell. And another kind of economic indicator, or you can say it's a genetic fitness indicator too, which used to be that there was a pretty much a direct one-to-one link with productivity and wealth. And now we can see with the cantillionaire class that there's a whole class of people that are not productive, but they are just close to the money printing or in between the money printing and the major public. So they're not really productive members of society, yet they have the indicators of wealth that used to only traditionally come with productivity. Now, in the dating market, we can see, of course, the most basic ones are, the makeup, the implants, the filters, all the other ways to kind of trick men into thinking that the genetic fitness is much higher than it actually is. And so the traditional indicators of looking at a woman's shape, looking at her face, things like that don't really work unless you can get up close and personal with the woman. If you're just looking on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, you could easily be tricked by indicators that would have traditionally led you to a genetically fit woman. And also another social indicator that's pretty interesting is the acceptance of gifts. And now a lot of probably millennials and lower probably wouldn't even see this as a concept, but, back in the day, traditionally, if a woman accepted a gift from you, that meant that she was also interested in you. And in fact, women would often turn down gifts from men that they were not interested in, knowing what the gift meant. Men aren't just walking around giving gifts to women for fun for the most part. And women used to understand that accepting the gift, accepting a drink or a ring or some type of jewelry or even a monetary gift meant that you were also interested in the man. And now we can see with Twitch and OnlyFans and things like that those indicators are completely dead. I mean, you can fork over your whole paycheck to a woman without any expectation of anything in return. And I mean, a traditional indicator like that just doesn't work anymore. So we can kind of see that a lot of the just traditional indicators of things are kind of failing people in these modern times. I mean, you could say maybe we've kind of gone past the point of no return as far as modernization, or could be we're entering the age of Aquarius. I mean, who really knows what's causing it? But it definitely seems to be rapidly speeding up, and, indicators are failing kind of the same way that the landmarks are being torn down, and we can't really find our way, I guess, in a sense. That's kind of like representative of that. Because we're looking for the indicators, the old traditional indicators of, when to move and what to do at certain times, and they're failing us. And so we're going to have to kind of, I guess, look at the new indicators and try to work with those as well and still keep the traditional indicators. Hopefully that kind of stuff will come back. But if not, have a good day and go MGTOW.